This new development today came as we are already digging into this issue. Flock says it is strengthening privacy, accountability, and security. Now, one lawmaker I talked to said it's a good step, but that more is needed.
Technology on the roads now getting some new guidelines and scrutiny. Flock Safety, whose cameras have been installed in communities around the country helping law enforcement track vehicles, announcing changes, including a shorter default period for how long people's movement data is kept, and widespread deployment of a system that locks people out of the system for what it calls abnormal behavior.
There's two sides to the story. On one side of the story, law enforcement wants access to historical data to be able to trace and track suspects and criminal activity, because very often law enforcement doesn't find out about criminal activity for days, weeks, if not months afterwards. On the other side of the issue, the public is worried that there are data sets of where they have been driving for years.
Adam Want is an associate professor at John Jay College of Criminal Justice.
And somewhere in the middle lies a middle ground where we will be able to figure out what the correct data retention time is so that both law enforcement could use the technology while the public's a bit more comfortable knowing that there aren't years of their travels in a database.
Wilmington announced recently it was decommissioning some donated Flock cameras, saying it doesn't have a contract with them and because the city is not in control of how to share data. As Flock rolls out changes, lawmakers in Pennsylvania have been working on proposed regulations.
What is your take on the changes that they are now planning?
I'm glad they're actually acknowledging that there's a problem.
Pennsylvania State Representative Tarek Khan is a Democrat from Philadelphia who spoke at an interview airing on NBC 10 at Issue this Sunday.
So we want to make sure first that people's data is being protected. We want to make sure that there are controls about who actually can access this data, how long that data can be stored, for what reason people can actually access the data, and then also set cause of actions if people have been harmed by this.
His legislation is one of several bills in the works in Harrisburg regarding license plate cameras.
What if Pennsylvania decides, okay, these are the rules, and then New Jersey decides these are the rules, and Illinois decides these are the rules? How would that work?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's basically how everything else happens that's not federally mandated. So we're hoping that the feds will take action.
You are?
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Now, there are a number of facets to the changes that Flock is making. It also said today that it's introducing a system that lets cities choose which type of offenses qualify for other agencies to access their cameras. I did reach out to Flock on the proposed legislation that we were talking about, but I haven't heard back on that. And you can hear more on the license plate reader issue this Sunday on NBC 10 at Issue. You can watch that at 11:30 a.m. right here on NBC 10.
All right, look forward to that. Lauren, thank you.